advertising has it's the one industry where it is the product is creative people, basically.
Yes,
You're,
they used to
you're,
say your product goes up and down the elevators at night. That's the saying.
Yeah, your product is creative brains. That's what you're selling. That's what creates the output. So, and I mean, creative people are notoriously kind of weird. How is it managing creative people? All these you've been doing it for so long. Talk to us about the things you've learned, how to do it. If you have a philosophy or not, I'd like to know.
Well, I do. I mean, I think the job. So there's this. Just to step back for a second. There's this notion in the business that the career path is you're a copywriter, then you're associate senior copywriter, then you're associate creative director, then you're creative director, then you're a group creative director, and then this, and the same thing for art directors. And that is not accurate because there are people who are just fantastic writers and they should never be managing people. And same for art directors. They can't manage their way out of a paper bag. But they're outstanding designers or art directors. And so, a lot of times over the years, I've seen creative people promoted beyond their ability, not as a creative person, but into a job that is wholly different than what they've been doing. A creative director job is administration, it's managing people, it's managing clients, it is creating work and steering work and guiding work and picking work and cajoling to get the best work. It's all of those things. But there are some people who are just the best at ideating and writing or art directing, and they love that. And they don't want to run the whole show. If they'd be bad at it, or they know they'd be bad at it, or they wouldn't be happy because they need to always be creating and coming up with the ideas and so on. So, as a creative director, I've seen, been able to manage personalities. It is not easy. There's egos involved. It's like, why did this team get this job and we didn't? Or I'm not on the good business. How come I'm not on the best business? And then you have to talk to the people about why they're on the pieces of business they're on and promise them and hopefully be able to deliver better pieces of business for them to work on, creative opportunity, as we say. And so it is so people management, it's client management, being able to navigate clients, and it's dealing with finance and HR and all of those things. So it's a broad role, and being able to map out how you build a department and have the right pieces in place in that department. And just when you get it right, maybe a piece of business changes and then you don't have it right anymore, and you have to course correct to get the right, as you said, hive in place to deliver the best work. Now, part of your question was about creative people are kooky, and yes, some of them are.
I didn't say kooky. I said weird. I said weird.
Weird, to be clear, weird. And some of us are, and some of us are in some ways, and not in other ways. I think the days of, certainly the days of the 3 martini lunch and the creative people who were there in the morning and you couldn't find them in the afternoon because they were at the bar or whatever. I mean, those days are long gone.
Those sound like great days, by the way. Those sound really good.
I think I got into the business just at the tail end of that, and maybe just a few years of that and seeing that. But it doesn't really exist anymore. And so because of that, maybe some of the more interesting characters aren't in the business as there used to be. Because the business doesn't allow for it. I think that's again a whole other discussion about what kind of people are attracted to the business and what kind of people thrive in the business now.